Think about the last time you saw a viral challenge online. Maybe it was the ice bucket challenge, where millions of people dumped freezing water over their heads. Maybe it was the mannequin challenge, where people froze in place while cameras moved through a crowd. Or perhaps it was one of the stranger ones, the cinnamon challenge, where people tried to swallow a spoonful of spice, or the bottle cap challenge, where people kicked the cap off a bottle with martial arts precision. These challenges often seem random, sometimes even ridiculous, but they spread across the world at lightning speed. Why? What makes people in completely different countries, cultures, and languages all jump on the same trend? That's what we are going to explore, the science behind viral challenges. At first glance, viral challenges look like silly fun, just people copying each other on social media. But when you dig deeper, there's psychology, neuroscience, and even sociology at play. Human beings are wired for connection and imitation. From the time we are infants, we learn by watching others. A baby doesn't have to be taught to smile. They smile when they see someone else do it. The same principle works online. When you see someone trying a funny or daring challenge, your brain lights up. You feel the urge to try it yourself, to be part of the group, to share in the experience. That's why challenges don't just stay local. They travel fast, crossing borders with every share, like digital wildfire. But there's another layer to it: emotion. Challenges go viral because they trigger strong feelings. It might be laughter, shock, admiration, or even fear. Neuroscientists call this emotional contagion, the idea that emotions spread from person to person, especially when amplified by technology. If you laugh while watching someone struggle to flip a water bottle perfectly, you're more likely to share it. When enough people share, the challenge escapes the original group and suddenly becomes a global event. Now, let's bring in social media platforms themselves. They're not neutral playgrounds. Their algorithms decide what spreads and what doesn't. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube reward content that's short, surprising, and easy to copy. Viral challenges are perfect for this system. They're simple to understand, easy to replicate, and often funny to watch. Every time you scroll past a challenge video, the algorithm notices your engagement, whether you like, share, or even just pause for a few seconds. Then it pushes the challenge to more people, creating a snowball effect that can reach millions within days. And let's not forget about identity. In a world where everyone wants to stand out, viral challenges give people a ready-made stage. Think of it as a performance where the script is already written, but you get to add your personal twist. One person might do the bottle cap challenge in a gym, another in a kitchen, and another with a dog in the background. That personal touch makes the challenge feel fresh and keeps it spreading. For young people especially, taking part in these trends isn't just fun. It's a way to signal creativity, courage, or humor to friends and followers. Consider the ice bucket challenge again. On the surface, it looked like just people pouring water on themselves. But underneath, it tapped into something powerful: social responsibility. People weren't just doing it for laughs. They were raising awareness for ALS, a serious disease. It showed how viral challenges can blend entertainment with activism, turning what looks like a game into a global fundraising movement. By the end of the challenge peak, it had raised over $100 million. That's the power of viral behavior when it's tied to a deeper cause. What's even more fascinating is how fast these challenges fade. One week, everyone is obsessed with planking on rooftops or eating Tide Pods, a dangerous one, unfortunately, and the next week, nobody remembers. This cycle happens because our brains crave novelty. Psychologists call it the novelty-seeking instinct. Once a trend feels old, people move on to the next exciting thing. That's why the internet never runs out of challenges. There's always another one waiting to take over. So, when you see a viral challenge online, remember, it's not just random chaos. It's the result of psychology, emotion, algorithms, and human nature all working together. From the way we are wired to copy others, to the way platforms amplify what we watch, to the way our emotions spread like fire, these elements combine to make even the strangest challenges global phenomena. And this is just the beginning. In the next part, we'll dig into one of the first key reasons why challenges take off: the irresistible pull of social proof, the idea that if everyone else is doing it, you should too. One of the strongest forces behind viral challenges is something psychologists call social proof. At its core, social proof is the idea that if many people are doing something, then it must be worth doing. It's the same reason you're more likely to eat at a busy restaurant than an empty one, even if you don't know anything about the food. Crowds send a signal: this is popular, this is safe, this is fun. In the digital age, Social proof is magnified by billions of screens and endless scrolling. When you see your favorite celebrity, a classmate, and then a stranger all attempting the same challenge, it doesn't just feel optional, it feels irresistible. Social proof works on a psychological level because humans are wired to survive in groups. Thousands of years ago, copying the group was a survival skill. If everyone in the tribe was eating a certain fruit, it was safer to assume it wasn't poisonous. If everyone was running in the same direction, chances were there was danger nearby. Our brains still carry that instinct. So when we see millions of people tossing bottles, flipping water, or dancing to the same song, part of us feels that same tribal pull: join in or be left out. But social proof doesn't just operate in the background. It's deliberately amplified by social media. Platforms highlight numbers, likes, views, shares, comments. These counters are public signals of what's trending. Imagine two videos. One has 20 views, the other has 2 million. Without even watching, your brain is already nudging you toward the one with 2 million. You think, so many people can't be wrong. That's social proof in action, and it's one of the engines driving viral challenges. Take the Harlem Shake in 2013. It started with one group of people dancing wildly after a single car moment, but soon entire schools, offices, and even military groups were making their own versions. Why? Because the more people saw it, the more they felt pressure to join in. Participation wasn't just about fun. It became a way of proving that you were part of the cultural moment. Missing out meant being left behind in conversations at school, work, or online. This is known as FOMO, fear of missing out. Viral challenges thrive on FOMO because they turn an online joke into a shared global experience. Another factor that makes social proof so powerful is relatability. Unlike a Hollywood blockbuster or a professional music video, viral challenges are usually simple and easy to copy. That accessibility lowers the barrier to entry. Anyone with a phone can do the challenge. You don't need money, fame, or special training. The cinnamon challenge didn't require fancy equipment, just a spoon and some spice. The mannequin challenge only needed people willing to freeze for a few seconds. When millions of ordinary people can join in, the trend snowballs faster. There's also an element of status signaling. Doing a challenge can be a way of saying, I'm up to date, I belong to this moment. For young people, especially teenagers, this can be crucial. In high school hallways or college campuses, participating in a viral challenge is almost like wearing the latest fashion trend. It's a badge of relevance, proof that you're not out of the loop. Even adults feel this pull. Sharing a challenge on Facebook or TikTok can be a way of showing friends that you're still connected to what's happening in the world. Social proof also creates what scientists call the bandwagon effect. Once enough people join in, everyone else feels the momentum and wants to hop on board. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger with every turn. And because social media connects billions of people instantly, that snowball doesn't just grow, it explodes. Within days, what started in a dorm room or a small community can become an international craze. Of course, social proof doesn't explain everything. Some challenges stay small, never escaping their original circle. Others backfire, especially when they're dangerous or insensitive. But when conditions are right, when the challenge is simple, emotionally engaging, and widely visible, social proof acts as rocket fuel. It transforms a local idea into a global phenomenon. The beauty of social proof is that it doesn't just spread silly stunts. It can also spread positive actions. Remember the ice bucket challenge? Its success wasn't just about dumping water. It was about seeing everyone from neighbors to celebrities to world leaders take part. The overwhelming numbers made it feel almost necessary to join. If everyone is doing this, maybe I should too. And because social proof carried it across the globe, a fun stunt became one of the largest fundraising events in history. So, the next time you see a viral challenge take over your feed, look closely at the numbers, the views, the likes, the reposts. Those aren't just statistics. They're social signals, pulling you in, nudging you to participate, and whispering that you don't want to be left out. Now that we've explored how social proof pushes people into viral trends, it's time to look at another hidden force, the power of emotion and storytelling. In the next part, we'll see why challenges that make us laugh, shock us, or inspire us to tears are the ones that spread the fastest. If social proof explains why people jump into viral challenges, then emotion and storytelling explain why they spread so quickly. Human beings are emotional creatures first and rational thinkers second. We are drawn to content that makes us feel something. And viral challenges, at their core, are emotional triggers packaged in short, shareable moments. Think about humor. Some of the most popular challenges are funny because they involve failure, surprise, or exaggeration. The bottle flip challenge, for example, kept people hooked not because every flip worked perfectly, but because many didn't. Watching someone try again and again, and then finally succeed, creates tension and release. Our brains love that. Laughter is contagious, and online, it spreads with just a click. The humor makes people want to share, and sharing makes the trend grow. Now consider shock. Challenges like the cinnamon challenge went viral partly because of how extreme and uncomfortable they looked. Watching someone cough and choke while trying to swallow cinnamon powder is alarming, but it's also fascinating in the same way people can't look away from a dramatic movie scene. That mix of danger and curiosity keeps us glued to the screen. Scientists call this the arousal effect. When our bodies experience heightened emotions, whether positive or negative, we are more likely to remember and share the experience. But it's not only about laughter and shock. Viral challenges also spread when they inspire. Take the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge again. What made it unique was the storytelling element. Every video had a clear beginning, middle, and end. Someone announces they're doing the challenge, they pour the ice water, and then they nominate others. That simple narrative gave participants a sense of purpose, and viewers a reason to keep watching. It also created a ripple effect. Every nomination pulled new people into the story. By the time it peaked, the challenge wasn't just about cold water, it was about being part of a bigger movement. Storytelling matters because our brains are wired to process stories better than raw information. Neuroscience research shows that when we hear a story, our brain activity mirrors that of the storyteller. If someone describes the taste of a lemon, our brain reacts as if we are tasting it too. This is why viral challenges with a built-in storyline, like completing a dare, freezing in place, or passing an action to the next person, stick with us. They're simple stories that anyone can replicate, and because the brain loves stories, they travel faster than random, disconnected content. Emotion and storytelling also explain why some challenges cross borders more easily than others. Laughter, shock, and inspiration are universal. They don't need translation. A dance challenge on TikTok doesn't require words. You just copy the moves. A reaction to eating something spicy or cold is instantly understandable anywhere in the world. That universality makes challenges uniquely suited for global culture. Unlike jokes that might get lost in translation, a viral challenge often speaks the same emotional language to everyone. There's another piece to this puzzle: mirror neurons. These are brain cells that activate both when we perform an action and when we see someone else do it. For example, if you watch a video of someone dancing, the same parts of your brain light up as if you were dancing yourself. This neurological effect explains why seeing someone participate in a viral challenge makes you itch to try it too. Your brain is essentially rehearsing the action as you watch. Add a layer of emotion, like excitement, laughter, or surprise, and the urge to join becomes almost irresistible. Think of the TikTok dance challenges. Millions of people repeat the same moves to the same song, not because the dance is groundbreaking, but because it's fun, emotional, and easy to copy. When you watch a dance challenge, your brain is silently mirroring the steps. Add a catchy tune and some peer pressure, and suddenly everyone from teenagers to grandparents is filming their own version. Of course, emotion can also make challenges risky. Dangerous stunts, like the Tide Pod Challenge or choking games, spread for the same reason: shock and curiosity. Even though health experts warned against them, the emotional draw was too strong for many young people to resist. This highlights an important point. Emotions drive virality, but they don't discriminate between positive and negative outcomes. The same forces that make a fundraising challenge explode can also make a harmful one spread. So, when you think about viral challenges, don't just see silly stunts. See the emotional architecture underneath. Humor, shock, and inspiration pull us in. Storytelling keeps us watching. Mirror neurons nudge us to join. Together, these forces explain why a video you laugh at in your bedroom can be the same one someone across the ocean watches in their living room. Now that we've unpacked the emotional and storytelling power behind viral challenges, let's move into the final piece of the puzzle. In the next block, we'll explore how technology itself, algorithms, platforms, and global connectivity serves as the fuel that spreads these challenges at lightning speed. Without the digital engine of the internet, none of these trends could reach billions so quickly. We've talked about social proof and the power of emotions, but there's one more force without which viral challenges could never reach billions: technology itself. Social media platforms are the digital highways that carry these trends from one person to the next, across borders, cultures, and languages. Without algorithms, instant sharing, and global connectivity, a viral challenge would stay small, a funny game among a few friends. With technology, however, it can spread faster than any wildfire. Let's start with algorithms. When you scroll through TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or Instagram Reels, you're not seeing random videos. You're seeing what the platform thinks you'll engage with. Algorithms track every pause, like, comment, and share. If you stop to watch a challenge twice, the system assumes you're interested and shows you more of it. When millions of people engage with the same type of content, the algorithm pushes it to even more users. That's why a single dance, prank, or stunt can go from obscurity to global phenomenon in just days. Algorithms aren't just mirrors of our behavior, they are accelerators. The second piece of technology's role is shareability. Viral challenges are designed for quick duplication. A 15-second clip is easier to watch, record, and share than a 15-minute documentary. Add in features like remix, duet, or stitch, and suddenly anyone can put their own spin on the challenge. Technology lowers the cost of participation to almost zero. You just need a smartphone. Once barriers fall, participation skyrockets. That's why some challenges get millions of versions uploaded, each one slightly different but all feeding the same global trend. Connectivity is the final piece. 50 years ago, a quirky game in one country might never leave its borders. Today, with billions connected online, a challenge born in a small village can be copied in New York, Tokyo, or Nairobi within hours. Global platforms erase geographical walls. When K-pop groups join a dance challenge, their fans in Latin America and Europe instantly follow. When a Hollywood actor takes part, their millions of followers are exposed at once. Viral challenges become shared rituals that unite people who might otherwise have nothing in common. But technology doesn't just spread content, it also shapes it. Platforms reward what gets the most engagement, and creators adapt. That's why many challenges have built-in hooks, surprise endings, dramatic reveals, or quick, catchy soundtracks. These are elements that algorithms love because they keep people watching to the end. In turn, the platform pushes them even further. It's a feedback loop. Creators design for the algorithm boosts engaging content, and viewers consume and copy what they see. Of course, technology also carries risks. Harmful or dangerous challenges can spread just as quickly as fun or inspiring ones. The same tools that made the Ice Bucket Challenge a force for good also made the Tide Pod Challenge a public health concern. Platforms now face ethical questions. How much should they intervene? Should algorithms promote only safe challenges? The answers are still being debated, but one thing is clear: the speed and scale of viral trends are inseparable from the digital systems that carry them. Still, when used responsibly, technology can amplify the best in human creativity. Think about how challenges connect generations. Grandparents and grandchildren can dance to the same TikTok routine, each bringing their own twist. Teachers can use fun challenges in classrooms to engage students. Non-profits can harness viral trends to raise awareness and funds. These aren't just stunts, they're examples of how technology allows culture to evolve in real time, shared by billions. And here's the bigger picture. Viral challenges reveal something fundamental about humanity. Beneath all the laughter, shock, and digital noise, they remind us that people everywhere are looking for connection. We want to feel part of something larger than ourselves. Technology just gives us the tools to make that happen instantly. The science behind viral challenges isn't only about psychology and algorithms, it's about the timeless human desire to belong, to express, and to share experiences. So, the next time you scroll past a challenge, whether it's someone dancing in their living room, flipping a bottle, or pouring ice water on their head, pause and think. You're not just seeing a silly trend. You're seeing the intersection of ancient instincts, powerful emotions, and cutting-edge technology. You're witnessing a global cultural moment in action. By 2030, these viral phenomena will likely evolve even further. With advances in augmented reality, virtual spaces, and artificial intelligence, challenges may move beyond our screens into immersive worlds. Imagine joining a challenge where your digital avatar competes alongside millions worldwide in real time. The science behind virality will remain the same, but the platforms will make it even more immediate, interactive, and universal. And that's the true lesson. Viral challenges are not accidents. They're products of human psychology and modern technology, blending our oldest instincts with our newest tools. They may look crazy, silly, or pointless, but underneath, they reveal the deep science of how humans connect in the digital age. They show us how ideas spread, how cultures shift, and how the internet can transform something small into something unstoppable. So the next time a new challenge appears, ask yourself, will you scroll past or will you join in? Either way, you'll be part of a story bigger than any single person, a story about how connection, curiosity, and creativity can make even the wildest ideas travel across the entire globe.